Hello, my name is Navigator, and in today's video we're going to be talking about, honestly, more of an IRL story from Fallout 76, but it's going to be involving some drama and how some players are taking their, I guess, role-playing purposes in the game to the extreme. I was looking up Fallout 76 on Safari, just trying to see what was new, and I saw an article by PCGAMER saying that an RP group was, basically role-playing the villains in 76. From what I, read on, it doesn't look like it was exactly that, but I digress. Let me explain to you what's going on here. So, again, this is from PCGAMER, and I read: a major Fallout 76 roleplay group, the Enclave Armed Forces, has deleted its social media presence and holed up in its digital bunkers after pressing too far in its roleplay and drawing a backlash from the rest of the community. The EAF formerly collaborated with other factions in the Fallout 76 roleplay scene to produce events in in the machinima style with immersive in-universe playing. I don't know. But these role-players grew more and more detached from reality, policing servers to enact their own vision of in-game justice, surveilling and supervising their own members' online relationships in a pantomime of real-life military discipline, and seemingly acting out noxious real-world beliefs in the guise of these fictional villains. So, what does that all mean? Well, there's a lot more in this article I could really read, but that's pretty much it. Basically, what these guys were doing were they were going around to, people who were messing with lower levels, legacy users, and trap camp people, and they were just killing them into oblivion until they left the server or, rage quit, whatever it might be. And they were doing this under the belief that, they were, policing and making the game a better place. And it's kind of funny that this is happening. This is something that was really, I want to say 2-3 weeks ago, this kind of whole thing blew up. This reminds me of a story that I have from when I was playing this game. And this is actually a year or two ago. There was this guy that I saw on TikTok, and he was posting videos of trolling lower levels, stuff like that. And I didn't like that at all. And he was basically making content off of just level 1 or 2s that were getting decimated by legacy weapons. And I did not think that was fair. And I went way above and beyond the Call of Duty in the worst possible way. To be honest, it was late at night. I was probably very tired, and I'm sure there's some other things you can assume as well. And I doxed the guy. What I did is I found out who he was, and I went out to his TikTok account, and I just put his first name and his last name in the comments. And yeah, I instantly regretted it. I was found out immediately. The guy was saying he was going to press charges on me or whatever, but that was bullshit. I genuinely felt bad about it, though. I really felt bad about it. It's the only time I've ever done that, aside from another example, which is more of a funny one. But anyways, I digress. Anyways, I doxed this guy, and it was a really bad thing to do, because at the end of the day, and this is really the most important thing, that's part of the game. Trolling people, legacy weapons, those things are all in the game. They're not hacking. It's not really against the game. So using those, killing lower levels, whatever, you can do that. There is really nothing inherently wrong, aside from a moral standpoint, with doing that. PvP is an aspect of the game. However, it definitely crosses a line. If you dox somebody like I did, which, if this person ends up seeing this video, I'm really sorry about that, bro. I did not mean to do that. It didn't really do anything to you at all, but, still, I shouldn't have done that. I feel bad about it. Anyways, it really crosses a line when you kind of start acting like your ideas are the right ones and everyone else should follow that. So, I want to start by just talking about, within the group of this EAF, the Enclave Armed Forces. As you guys know, I have a lot of experience in talking to and dealing with roleplay groups. I really have only been here on Xbox, and I assume that players on PC have, a lot more to deal with. But still, I'm definitely more familiar with this realm than other, 76 YouTubers are. And I will say that from all the groups that I have talked to, at the end of the day, real life comes first. That, even if you're in the middle of the biggest event you've been planning for months, and somebody's got to go, wipe their mom's butt or something, you're going to go let them do that. But it seems like with this EAF, they were being a little bit more controlling with their members, making sure they were online at certain times, stuff like that, or, making sure they were talking to these people or weren't talking to these people, and, PTS, all that kind of stuff. And if you don't know what PTS means, aside from, the public test server, it means permission to speak. And it's something that a lot of roleplay groups will do when they're in, an activity or something like that, just to make sure people aren't talking over each other. But I can only assume what that was like in the EAF, where it was like you could not say a word unless, you were being spoken to. And it's definitely crazy. I mean, I get it. There are a lot of roleplay groups that have, like real life veterans in there because those veterans like that kind of routine and schedule. I get that. But when it comes to like a 14-year-old kid who's just trying to have fun in the game, he doesn't need to be getting up at 9 a.m. every day and doing quote unquote drills or whatever inside of a video game. Like that's pretty ridiculous. And listen, if you guys see this video and you have something like that, that's all on you. But again, you got to understand this is my opinion. That's how I feel about it. And honestly, bottom line, out of all the roleplay groups that I have met in my entire life, interviewed them or not, no one is doing this stuff that this EAF group are doing. Like, I can only imagine the kind of stuff they're doing. They had a lot of members, too. So that's really it. That's really all I could gather from this article. This article is just absolutely garbage. It's so annoying. Let me see if I can read one more thing. Yeah, I don't even know. Part of the group's identity was centered on countering what it deemed bad behavior in Fallout 76, but it went to drastic lengths enforcing this idea of how the game should be played. In now deleted tweets from the group, the EAF bragged about forcing players out of the game, both with coordinated in-game griefing and by making reports to Bethesda. And this is a quote from them. "As your valued government, we will use the lawful tools at our disposal to maintain peace and prosperity." Yeah, they actually put out a whole edited pictured tweet with this and stuff. So I don't know. An anonymous player active in the roleplay community explained that they witnessed the AF members enforcing its rules on an unaffiliated low-level player. So I don't know. I'm not going to read any more of this. Although shout out to PCGAMER and just look up 76 roleplay villains, whatever, and you'll find that article. Yeah, I didn't really have any structure for this video today, but I figured this was an interesting story from the realm of Fallout 76, that there is a group, or possibly groups out there, that are really, not only taking the, kind of policing effort of their roleplay group to heart, but also, I guess, the Enclave, And this is more, I guess I'm role-playing here, but I hate the Enclave. I hate the Enclave. Not actually. If you like the Enclave, I don't hate you. But in the game, the Enclave are just absolutely terrible. And I know people are going to sit there in the comments and tell me otherwise, but bruh. They created the Scourge Plague among many, many, many other atrocities. So it is really no surprise that it is an Enclave group doing this. However, not all Enclave groups do this by any means at all. Plenty of Enclave groups that I've met are totally friendly. They're not sadistic, players like this EAF group is, but I don't know. That's all I got for you in this video, folks. I figured that this would be an interesting story for you guys to learn for yourselves, but I think I have one or two more videos coming today that should be just as interesting. Yeah, interesting, my butt. All right, there we go. My name is Navigator. Have a nice day. Take care.